Hello everybody, and welcome back to kmBuilds, the series where a giant RNG generator tells us what to build, and we gotta build it. Everyone's Twitch stream. Let me just get out of freak out in there. Have my body back. That's better. Here we are, hello. We are here at our build from last week, last stream, last episode. It is meant to be a medieval ocean tower, or a medieval tower in the ocean. Hopefully that's what you see, that's what I see, that's what I choose to see, it's what I choose to believe. Let's head on back to home base and press the button again to see what this week's challenge is going to be. Here we are back at the RNG computer. We'll just give you all a reminder of what happens back here. Pull back the curtain a little bit. Oh, help, I'm in a wall. We've got machines sticking over, spitting out random build ideas. Ferris wheel, animal sanctuary, oh my god. Bathroom, aquarium. What? But you're not supposed to see that. Don't tell anyone that I showed you that, okay? Okay, let's press this button. See what the build is. Stand right here on the coal and wait for delivery. Practice some star jumps. Nobody said it was a fast computer, okay. What is it going to be? Let's read it together. It is a farmhouse. We're going to build a farmhouse. I can build farmhouses. Farmhouses, child's play. Now, does it make sense to do randomizing for this as well? Look at what a sci-fi farmhouse look like. Or a steampunk farmhouse. All right, let's just do it. Let's just do it. Computer, where do you want us to build this farmhouse? Plains or savannah? All right. What kind of style? Please no more medieval Europe. Please no more medieval Europe. Fantasy. A fantasy farmhouse in the plains. Who do you think you are? I am. Yeah. Oh, feeling pumped for this. Fantasy farmhouse. Plains or savannah. Let's go do it. This is the part where I disappear and head on over to Twitch. And you guys come and join me and help me build this fantasy farmhouse in the plains or savannah. We do these builds every Thursday over on Twitch at twitch.tv/kmbles. So if you'd like to be part of it and help me design this fantasy farmhouse in the plains, or just, want to hang out and chat while I build the thing, head on over there, click on the link. Hope you enjoy this time lapse. Bye for now. Roll the time lapse! Turns out it's going to be a much shorter video this week than I'd expected. How do I put this? I forgot to hit the button. These buttons behind me, no, I hit them. I did that part properly. But when it came time to do the actual build on stream, I forgot to hit this button. So unfortunately, that means no time lapse this week. But happy we heading over there and I'll give you a tour nonetheless. Here we are. I'm actually quite close to spawn. While the computer told us to build in a plains or savannah, I was actually a little bit confused and thought that this would count. But it turns out this is actually a meadow. But it's essentially the same thing. Basically, just build on green grass. What the computer doesn't know won't hurt it. This was my first time building with many of these blocks, as I've basically always just been limited to what I can get my hands on in survival. Since this is a farmhouse, I thought something cozy and small. I realized that the last two builds I did were quite large. A farmhouse is also quite modest, so I tried to cut back on the details, and it's quite a simple rectangular build with just a front entrance jutting out. I scrapped my initial plan of having a dormer sticking out of the roof here, or a little fantasy tower coming out of the side of one of the corners. I think that was the right call. Got to keep it simple. I was concerned that while I was trying to build fantasy, it might be a bit too easy to accidentally default back and build something that looks too medieval. But I think adding a few things like the chimney, this weird overhanging frame here on the entrance, and of course the choice of vibrant blocks, they all help in saying, hey, this is a fantasy build, back off all you haters. Originally, I wanted to use these red mushies for the roof, but I just couldn't find enough variety in the red color palette to make it look good, so we opted instead for blue. And I'm really happy we went with, I'm really happy we made the change because I think this looks great. My favorite part of this build is probably the roof. I really like this diagonal stairwell, trying to get away from building just straight stairs. And I think this looks pretty cool. I'm going to try and incorporate that in the future in other builds. I saw an image of this online and thought I have to include that in the build. And I can imagine just whoever lives here just kind of chills out here during the day, watching the crops grow, chatting to the bees, keeping an eye on their animals. Let's head inside. I think that might actually be an improvement. I'm really happy with how this wall here turned out. I left a little space here so we could add some depth to the build. So we've got the wall sitting behind there, then a bookshelf, and then this frame. I've seen this loom and bookshelf combo online a couple of times, and I think that looks really nice. But the rest of the house is kind of decorated minimally. I think I ran out of time and inspiration. Although this bed is pretty sweet. I want one like this for my own place. So lessons learned. Time was once again our biggest challenge. So I think I better start changing this to a 4-hour time challenge because 3 hours has just never been enough. Another lesson is you got to pen your animals in. I didn't want it to look too ordered, so I made a kind of crazy, broken down, rickety fence. And once I spawned all the animals in, they just went walking all over, trampling my crops, and some of them probably fled off into the distance. I thought they would just stay still. Look, I made them a little pond and everything, and they've got a cute little tree to hide under in case it rains. But bless them, they just prefer to roam free, I guess, than be caged in, so good for you. I think we did a pretty good job, and that the computer would be satisfied with the result at least. So what do you guys think of the build? I hope you like it. Any comments or feedback you have would be greatly appreciated. Don't forget this is a weekly build challenge, so if you want to be part of it next week and help us design and build whatever the machine decides to tell us over on Twitch, be sure to give us a follow and be sure to keep an eye on Twitter to see what the build will be a day or two in advance. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. See you in the next one.